But one thing you don't have to be careful about is if you want to get naked on the internet and get paid for it, you're in the right place tonight, Jack.
Go ahead, talk about it.
Talk that big boy talk. And if your ears are sensitive or you don't like to talk about or hear about things that are happening in the world today, whether you like it or not, whether you're with it or not, you might as well learn about it so you'll be more clever when it comes to some of the secret tricks to making more money on the internet than the law allows. Because there's a lot of losers, a lot of dummies, a lot of weirdos who are making millions of dollars. And if you think, the guy that says, you in my business, don't do that, you might think he's silly and dumb, but he's getting a check for that. All right.
Well, that other guy is worth millions of dollars as well. The one that don't talk, don't say nothing. The one that, like, just say for yeah, exactly. He getting millions of dollars.
Right. So, the one area of expertise where I said, maybe I'll have a good foothold is through OnlyFans and Just for Fans and X-rated content creators. And I said, well, because OnlyFans opened up the platform to DJs, I want to tell this schematic that I have, but I don't want to tell it until after you talk to the big Philly food truck guys.
Okay.
Because the schematic that I have for them is going to set them. They're going to be the hottest food truck in the country. I'm not talking about the world. They're going to need to expand operations when I get done with them. All right. So the opportunities are here, and if you are broke, or if you're talented, if you have some sex appeal, male, female, straight, gay, lesbian, quarantine, half a foot, whatever you are, I will make you a star as long as you want to put the time in with me. So up until coming up to the new quarter, if you're somebody who got stamina stroke, all right, or if you one of the females who, what do you call a female? She can take it all, like she's just a rider. Nothing can stop her. She is the power princess. What do you call her?
Did you call her a power princess?
Power princess?
Oh, like a Power Ranger? You don't call the girl a Power Ranger because she can take it.
If you are one of those two people, all right, inbox me right now at DJTRUF. I have a $10,000 scheme in play, and we need 10 scenes from you with the money shots, with the action, lights, camera. Give her all she's got, Captain, and I will guarantee 10 grand in your bank account by the end of the year, going into this first quarter next year. So if you are serious about,
well, the porn industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry, so I'm quite sure people know that it is.
People, I don't want you to think that this just started with OnlyFans. I don't want you to think it just started with Ron Jeremy, because it goes back further. You remember Debbie Does Dallas?
No, I don't.
You remember that?
No, I don't.
Deep Throat, remember that?
I've heard of it.
You've heard? Oh, now we tapping into something that you heard of.
Yeah.
Well, what did you hear about it?
The name speaks for itself. I just heard Deep Throat.
But there was a whole concept to Deep Throat. Like, she was Deep Throat for a reason. What was the reason?
I don't know. Now that I don't know.
On.
I don't. The only thing that I used to know about. Remember when Vanessa Williams did the Playboy spread? I remember coming home one time and it was on, because I don't know if my grandfather had got it or my grandmother got it. Somebody had got it, but it was on the table. Because they didn't, I guess, me just running in the house. And I was like, oh my goodness, I heard about it. And I went to go open. They like, what you mean you heard about this? But you had the kids that just was talking because that was something back then. But to know, like, the porn people.
Well, Deep Throat, the young lady, she would have sex and she would never have orgasms. And the only way she found out she would have orgasms is by deep throating penises.
Yeah.
And in that deep throat, they found out her G spot was in her back of her throat.
What?
What?
You
know what? Since we're talking this talk, we gotta flip it up. We gotta spin the game, baby. We gotta flip the script. All right, so in talking, Debbie Does Dallas, that turned into a whole series of Debbie just going around doing the entire state of Dallas, the whole football team, every soccer team, hockey team, lineup. Oh, she was getting it. Debbie did everybody.
I'm still thinking about this G spot that's in the back of her throat.
Yeah, that was the thing, you know. And she found, you know, the one guy who could hit the way back past the larynx or something. And as a child, for me to be sitting at the 95-inch big plasma screen TV that my dad had, watching this take place was just something that, you know, would stick with me until I'm in my 40s. Okay? Now I'm talking about it on the radio because I'm trying to get the next Debbie Does Everybody video started. The Debbie Deep Throat, Candy Deep Throat. Are you the next Candy Deep Throat? Inbox me right now. Let's talk about it. What's that song? I forget. Oh shit. It's a penis swallowing song that's really popular right now.
A penis swallowing song that's popular.
I gotta
Put it in your mouth.
I'm gonna come back to it. It's a really hip popular song.
But put it in your mouth.
You know the
song?
No, that's an old song. It was what's it called? Salvador. It's one of these old. What's the name of the song?
I can't stand you.
Suck and swallow something. Oh, here it is. It's you throat baby. It's throat baby. I want to give it to you, throat baby. Thanks, Trip. I knew you were gonna get it. I knew it. So we're gonna have Throat Baby Thursdays. That's gonna be another show we're setting up here.
Throat Baby Thursdays.
I don't think nobody knows about it yet. We just introduced it.
You just introduced it.
All right.
You know, I'm ready to take them over Instagram with this one because you is sickening.
So, you know, for all the fetishes and things that you could ever want to imagine happening, I'm going to set you girls, guys up with something hot. If you got to have the willingness to ride with DJ Truuf and Big Papa Smurf for the next couple months, and I'm going to get so many people paid. All right? You sign the paperwork. Let's say you make 10 grand, I get 25%, and that, I don't want anything up front. You know, I don't want that. I want you to have faith in me that I can build this project for you and get you paid. All right. So every 10 grand you make, 2,500 comes home to help fund the Tosh and Truuf podcast to turn us into a worldwide brand. So if you want to be a part of that, hit the DMs on the Twitter at DJTRUUF, OnlyFans.com. You'll see it scrolling on the top of the screen right above us, Freak File Studios. And then if you're already a creator and you don't want to get involved with that part of the project, and you just need some help, promotion, building your fan base, and, you know, taking the Twitter links and sending those out, I'll bring you right in. There's a monthly thing you can sign up for. I'll send you out. Very minimal. It might cost you about $100 a month, but for that $100 investment, guaranteed I'll work for you all day and all night until I feel like you got enough money in your bank. Okay? How about that? There's no restriction. It's just when I get tired of making you money.
That's it.
So hit me up right now. I'm dead serious with that. Iron Bear Ross said, "Oh Lord, he done brought out the mask."
Yes. Yes. They already know. I'm used to it. I looked for the other mask and they only had the ones with the gag balls and the leather ones where you didn't have the mouthpiece and just the eyeballs. It was a bunch. It was a lot.
So send us pictures of you in your favorite S&M mask or your BDSM mask. How do you play? Are you one of those folks who willing to talk about it? Very discreetly. You know, you can come into a private chat room or jump on our Patreon page and discreetly have these conversations with us. Let's get open-minded about some things and coming into the new year. And I want this podcast show to be your outlet. We are your extension of your brand. So if you're working in Colorado, if you're in California, Vegas, just know that you have a group of people, okay, including Tosh. As much as she don't want to be a part of it, she will be a part of this movement because it's going to be too much money for her to miss out. And we will be the extended brand of operations for you. All right, wherever you are, if you need our help, we are here to help. And if you are a content creator and have some cool stories to talk about, like Jahan X, who's one of our featured power players. Fella Run It All, big fella. You know Fella Run It All?
No.
It's amazing how many people you don't know.
I don't.
You don't. Okay. Anybody on your timeline? Fella Run It All. Heard that name before. Mr. Marcus.
I heard of Mr. Marcus.
Tapping in.
No. What I'm saying is, I just heard of his name. I don't think I've ever seen him.
You never seen him wearing his fitted hats? That was his thing?
No. I've never seen him. I've heard of him.
New York, always.
Let me tell you somebody that I had never seen, and this, I'm talking about, this was years ago. Mm-hmm. I had never seen this person, and what happened, everybody was talking about this person, and this person was going to be down. Where was Onyx? Was Onyx on Vanity? No, Vanity was on Delaware Ave, correct?
It's up Delaware Avenue.
Well, up yeah.
Past Avenue. Vanity Grand is up past Onyx.
Oh no, Onyx was down Delaware Avenue.
Right.
Okay, so I heard about this one person, and they kept saying that she was going to be at Onyx. And because I heard of her, and everybody was talking about how decent she was, and all of this kind of stuff, I just really wanted to go. Pinky, I had never seen her do anything.
Right.
And then when I seen her at Onyx, I was like,
the little Pinky or the fat Pinky?
No, it was. I saw the big Pinky, but I heard about the little Pinky, but I seen the big
little
one.
Pinky was a savage. Now she's more of like a modern. She's like a madam. You know, you get fat. You know.
I thought that she was into, like, she just changed her whole entire life around.
No, she changed from skinny to fat. That's right.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't really be knowing about these, about certain people. Maybe I would have to Google them and look them up.
She's still in the game. She's still doing what she do. Heather Hunter.
I heard of Heather Hunter. Because they said Heather Hunter, Janet Jack me, taking in the, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, look at you. See how you.
But that's the song.
Okay. So that's how I gotta get you to learn about the porn stars. Put it
in the song.
G5 or you might as well. Can you guys put together some porn songs for me?
Yeah,
right?
So I can know, because I don't know.
Social Media 70 program, so we can learn everybody about the porn industry. And you know, this new millennial generation, not only are they out here just shooting people in the face for no reason, they are into everything.
Everything.
Okay.
And and because we were speaking of porn, they are into so much stuff that they really do. What is it? Videotape everything. Like, did you hear about the young girl that videotaped her and the guys having sex, and then she, the principal in the school and everything wanted to get rid of the boys, and she was like, "No, this is what I wanted," and she put it out there like that.
Yeah, that was probably
that was so decent for her.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
Yeah,
that's horrible.
It's just like, hey, back in the day, having a video of a sex encounter was unheard of. You had to hide a camera and hide the red flashing light and put it behind the pillow and put it behind the teddy bears that was on her second shelf that she never really went to because she didn't touch those because somebody gave them to her. And then,
no, it's
not
just
that I ever did it, but I'm just saying.
This is probably where a lot of people, even being in the house, they were saying how people were making so much money on what is it called, OnlyFans, because they had they couldn't go out.
Right.
So now people guys that was used to going to strip clubs and all that kind of stuff, now it's just like the strip club just was coming to the house. Like, I don't have to leave. I can put my earphones in. You understand? And okay, you dancing. Send me $5. Keep sending me $5. Now she go to take off something. She shut everything down because now she won 20. Now everybody Cash Apping her 20. That's why Cash App really got into that thing now where you starting to send money. I mean, people getting money and all that stuff, and they trying to block certain things.
I remember when I was in North Philly, and I don't know that I'm so glad I got out of there because it was turning into, like I said, everybody was on quarantine. And somehow my Uber accounts and Lyft accounts were on fire. I was bringing them in from all parts of the city, and certain people I would invite over to the house was always a guarantee that they would invite 2 or 3 other VIP freaks to the building. And then I said, wow, I'm actually hosting private little affair parties or swinger parties at my home. So I might as well find a way.
Were you videotaping them?
It took me a while, but I finally got some key players in the game
was willing to
who were with it.
Okay.
And next thing you know, I shot my first 2 scenes, and they are available right now to stream online at OnlyFans.com Freakfile Studios. One session, I'll tell you about this session because this was one of the most amazing things I've ever seen, yet alone to capture on camera. The day I left Sprint, the last day at Sprint, that morning, one of my friends called and said, "Hey, can I use your crib in the morning before you go to work?" Sure.
Damn, in the morning?
It was a Saturday morning, about 10 o'clock in the morning. So I said, "Yeah, sure, you can bring it through."
And what time you had to be to work?
1 o'clock. So you had maybe an hour and a half, and then I was catching the bus, so I know I needed some time. So they get to the house, and I'm upstairs. I'm like, "Y'all go ahead, you get right into it. You know, I'm upstairs, I'm not worried." So I just hear this girl just being ripped to shreds. So I'm like, wow, what is going on? I slide downstairs, and it's a situation, and it's just like, I don't know if I should stop it. I don't know if he's hurting her. So I had to start asking her questions. Are you okay? Yes, I'm okay. I'm like, oh shit, oh shit. Okay. Let me get the cameras on, because I need to get some shots of this. And I found myself holding, like, give me your leg, and I'll hold your leg down so that way it won't shake so much while he's destroying you from the back. And he's ready to tag me in, like, you want some of this, Tone? I got to get to work, but I'm like, just hurry up and finish up. All right. So I got a few good minutes of footage, and they said, "Well, listen, I know you're running kind of late for work. Let's take you to meet up with your King of Prussia bus." Fast forward, I quit walk out. I'm back home at about 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock.
Oh, you quit the job that day. It was so much excitement.
I walked out
that was probably too much excitement for you before you went.
Too much for me to deal with at the job. I said, "You know what? Y'all can all suck a dick."
Oh, wow.
Like she just did this morning. So I get back to the house, and I'm just like scrolling through like Tinder. I got a free day, you know. And who do I see on the Tinder thing?
Her.
Right. I swipe right.
Swipe or no swiping.
Right. Swipe is right. Hey, how you doing? Listen, you was just at my house with my squad a little while ago. Yeah, that's right. I remember you. Oh yeah, your face was in the floor carpet. You probably didn't see me that much. So I said, "Listen, what are you doing?" "You know what? I'm glad you asked that. Can I come to your house in a while? I want to do some more things, and I have some friends I want to bring over to do it." You know, so I'm like, "Well, what about my friend?" "Oh, he'd be cool. I got some other people." I said, "Listen, you come over. You look out for the kid first. Look out for me, and you can have the house all day." Yo, from 5 o'clock in the afternoon until 1 o'clock that morning, this was like the sex Olympics of smutterdom.
What?
Smutterdom.
You have so many, go ahead. I like it though.
Right.
Go ahead.
And she got smashed and violated. Group sessions, Indians, Arabs, white guys sliding through. So I'm trying to figure out how much money she's making off of this. Now I want percentages. Until finally at about 1 in the morning, I got tired of hearing her getting dug out. I kicked her out. I had to kick her out because she would have went all night. I never seen this level of thought in my life.
She was the what is it called? The Godzilla
of thoughts. And we became good friends. After that was a day of reckoning. She became a good friend of mine, and she sort of opened up the window to say, "Hey, you know what? I need to take this thing a little bit more serious because there is a level of thought in this world today that just needs guidance."
Is it okay? I was about to ask you that. Is it a way that someone can do it that people will respect them a little bit more than
Yeah.
Because nowadays they just figure if you're getting money from it, then it's decent. And I'm like, shouldn't it have some class to it?
It can be classy. It can be, when you start getting into the niche porn, which is where the riches are. Somebody told me last year, like, the riches are in the niches. So you can do standard Debbie Does deep throat stuff all you want. But until you can tap into some Debbie Does everything else but deep throat, then that's where the money's going to be at. So
you mean that they have to do, like, instead of her just getting pounded by, just say, 40 men, you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, she would have to do something different. Is it all about the...
It could be, I've seen the trisexual porn, where it could be like a foursome two guys, girls, and double penetrations. Things you just might have thought about doing, but they're actually doing it, and you're like, wow, that is friggin' awesome. $19.95 subscription. And you're like, okay, this is how it goes. And now you got 100 people that subscribe for $19.95 a month.
Well, you have so many people that, they may not want to, go to strip clubs.
Debbie does leather and Crocs is one of the suggestions we got off the wire.
Yeah, we about to take this over to Instagram.
This conversation needs to be on Patreon. Go to YouTube at youtube.com, DJ Truuf Tosh podcast. Search Very Disrespectful. We're going to keep that part of the conversation going to the Patreon. The Patreon subscription is not going to be that much. It's just really just a maintenance charge to keep our membership in the Patreon going. But these are the kind of conversations I want to delve into. We'll have pictures, graphics. Not only will we be talking about it, you get to see some of the
But
content.
that's why we have to get a few of those people to be here to talk about it. Because I need to see somebody that's in that life. You understand?
We're gonna start. I don't really want those kind of people in the studio.
No, not in the studio.
Right.
No, what I'm saying is, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like we have to where as though we can get it all together because we need to know.
If you want to be a special guest on our content creator segment, just inbox either me or Tosh right now. You can be a part of the content creator series that's going to kick off in the next couple of weeks over the holidays. I know we're getting close to the holidays, so I don't want to freak out. Grandma's Thanksgiving. So if you want to wait till after the holidays, that's fine. Just give me your express interest that you want to be a part of it. I'll bring you on as a guest, and if I can get some sponsors set up for your date, I'll even get a check cut for you. I'm not going to pimp you out for free and have you dropping knowledge. I want to be fair. And I know you are a professional, and we are professionals.
But you know what you just said? I don't want nobody to come to the studio, but you be having girls and stuff all, not saying that I want people to come either, but you have girls and everything all in your spots like it's just normal.
I was renting that spot. It was just a room. I had access to the basement and the living room. So
wow.
All right. I told my sister, I said, I'm tired of running out Airbnbs to create content, so I want to start doing some stuff at the house to save some money. And that was about February. I got out April, got out of the hospital, and she was like, "Oh yeah, that's cool. Everything's great. We can do that. I see that. I see."
But she didn't know. She didn't know what you were going to be doing.
No, she knew. I gave her all the details, and she knew. And then a month or two went by because I was setting up that process. And then when the first 3 or 4 people walked in the house, she was like, "Oh, what the fuck is going on here? Who's them? Dog barking?" I was like, "You shut your goddamn dog up, okay?"
We're doing content.
We're doing content, all right? Everything's all situated, and it has nothing to do with you. Remember you had said that this was okay? Well, now it's actually happening, so I don't want you to think I was lying to you. So now I'll give you something to talk about to your friends. So here we go again. Back in the realm of trying to get you guys paid. We want to bring in some sponsor opportunities. Sunglasses. Tosh is merch. We're all big on sunglasses. So if you want your merch to be displayed prominently as a feature of the show, once again, we do, this show, once it hits the podcast sites, Apple, Spotify, all those places, when you scroll through that on your cell phone and you search for our show, there's a write-up. There's an 8,000 character write-up that I actually sit there and type up. Tosh and Truuf Show, this is what we talked about. Here's our sponsors. That goes out into the atmosphere, into the universe. And there are millions and billions of people who are going to scroll by and see that write-up. So if you can, I'm sure you can probably pay Apple to do a write-up on their pod site. They might charge you 30 grand, whatever month they charge you. We're not going to charge you 30 grand. We're going to charge you $40 a week. Magic number is always 40.
Yeah.
If you have to question how much does it cost,
$40. Give me $40.
Prostitution.
Reeboks. Back in the day, Reeboks.
$40. We'll get the job done. Okay? And I just had, I don't know if you were here for this conversation, but for the True Podcast Network to be a podcast partner, and right after this we're going to talk about the violence for the last, to talk it out. For the podcasters, you guys it's great that you have a show. It's great that you upload through Anchor and you just drop it off into the world and just hope a motherfucker listens to it. wish a motherfucker would be able to tune in at a certain time during the week to catch you live. How about I just how about I just made that dream a reality? We're going to leave the show tonight with Dreams to Reality.
I finally found something I cannot
so
bootleg.
you have a chance to get your podcast played on the number 1 radio station on the planet.
Philadelphia.
I don't have the price for it yet, but it's going to start at how much? How much?
$40.
$40. All right. So you can say, hey, my show is on so-and-so time of the day or the year, and this is where you guys can tune in, and it'll be as live as you can get it. So that's a part of, if you want to be a part of that and have access to that, join the True Podcast Network, join Mr. Know-It-All Podcast, and join the revolution and be a podcast partner today. Okay? That's a lot of stuff I have to talk about. I just went from Debbie Does Deep Throating to how you can get your podcast played. That's a gift. That's a talent.
Yeah, and you have that.
Yeah, not too many people can do that. You know, not too many people can say porn podcast partner. Make it make sense. Porn podcast partner.
All right.
Make it make sense.
PPP.
Like a PPP loan.
Hey yo, what's poppin'? It's your boy Sean Styles. You now rockin' with DJ Truuf and Tosh on Truuf Podcast. Tune in.